Hi, my name is Angela. This video is about how to reduce your carbon emissions. This is not plastic, this is plant-based packaging. It's compostable. I'm going to send it back to the company. I bought a bunch of other stuff with it. You can also compost it yourself. The company is called Sun and Swell Foods. It's all plant-based, whole foods. You're not going to find any plant meat on this website. It's basically, they sell nuts. This is an apple pie bite. They sell nuts, seeds, apple pie bites, fudge bites, but they're whole foods. So this has no oil. This is made of all organic dates, cashews, oats, dried apples, and cinnamon. So the number one way you can reduce your carbon emissions is going vegan, which I talked about in a previous video on why you should, besides the environment, for your health and your for the animals and pandemics. So we avoid, so I know this sucks. You have to avoid, it's not a lot that you have to avoid, but from the basics, for food, it is meat. That's pretty easy to avoid. Dairy, a lot harder to avoid. Milk is in everything since World Wars. The dairy industry was, the milk was made really cheap for some reason. So eventually we subsidized the industry. 90% of the dairy industry is subsidized, which means the government pays for it with our tax dollars to stay in business. Apparently 30% of Americans don't even drink cow's milk. They may eat it in a burger or something, but a lot of people I know use almond milk just because they like the taste better. But yeah, so avoid milk, whey protein. Whey protein is same as milk. Read your labels. We avoid eggs. Eggs are ethically terrible. You're killing baby chicks if you're eating eggs on their first day of life. Meat, milk, eggs, gelatin. Gelatin is made of animal bones. It's mostly just in candy like gum and gummies, and lard, which is not in a lot of things. Sometimes it's in refried beans. Just read your labels, read your ingredients. The bold label is allergens. Milk and eggs are both an allergen, so that will be highlighted in bold. It will be easier to see that. Lard is not an allergen, so you'll just have to read through the ingredients. You should be reading your ingredients anyways, because, I mean, I don't avoid seed oils. Right now, I'm kind of iffy on them. I don't think seed oils are unhealthy because we all consume them, but I don't consume MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or certain sweeteners. I don't consume aspartame or there's a couple other bad ones. That's another video. But for clothes, we avoid leather. That is made from cows. Leather is its own trade. People will tell you, oh, well, it's good that they're using all of the animal. No, it's not, because leather is its own trade. There are cows being killed just for their skin. They don't even use the body. They don't use the meat, and baby calves are skinned alive. So, yeah, we avoid leather, suede, that is made from pigs, I believe. Wool, made from sheep. They will tell you that, oh, sheep need to shed their wool. Actually, if they lived out their natural lives in the wild, they would shed it naturally, and they wouldn't have as much because we have selectively bred them to grow so much wool to produce wool for the industry. It's about money. Wool, suede, and silk. Silk is the last one. People don't think about this, but it's made by silkworms. I think it's about like 3,000 to make one piece of clothing. I believe that there's 1 billion silkworms used in the industry, and I don't know much about this industry, but I'm assuming they're killed. So yeah, food, clothes, drinks, avoid milk. That's basically all of it. So yeah, honey. I forgot about honey. Honey comes from bees. Agave nectar tastes the same. You can use maple syrup. They kill the bees in that industry too. They kill them with petroleum gas. It's not only pesticides that are killing bees, guys. It's the honey industry. So avoid meat, milk, eggs, honey, whey, gelatin, and lard. And then wool, suede, leather, and silk. So those are the animal products you need to avoid to honestly just like be happy. You don't need to wear someone else's skin. That's kind of weird. You don't need to eat someone else's body. You feel lethargic after. I look somewhat skinny. I'm not malnourished. I have muscles. I'm not hungry. I mean, I just ate. Like, I was hungry, but like I'm not like starving or nutrition deficient. You know what I'm saying? You can get all your nutrition from plants. Even a piece of lettuce has all your amino acids. All plants have all amino acids. You just have to take vitamins sometimes. Sometimes our food does have that certain vitamin in it. B12 comes in, nutritional yeast, potatoes, different things, spinach, but you have to eat a certain amount of that. And also, everyone needs to take B12. People don't teach you this in school. You are eating 99% factory farmed animals, so they don't get the mineral of B12 that comes from the soil. B12 is a mineral. It comes from minerals. It comes from the soil. That's where vitamins come from. Sometimes you don't have to, but you can take an omega-3 supplement. But flax seeds and chia seeds have omega-3s. All right, we'll move on from that because yeah, I've said my piece and people get annoyed by it. But the next thing you can do, this is also involved in being in the grocery store, is buy organic if you can, if it's not too expensive for you. Pesticides are part of the bee problem, and organic still uses pesticides, but they are natural pesticides from the earth. I don't understand why organic is more expensive. The world wants you to hate yourself. The world wants you to just overthrow the government, I think. Let's see. If you have your own land, everyone knows this, but solar panels, wind turbines, I don't know the price range. I'm pretty sure solar panels are cheaper for, like, compared to electricity. I don't know about wind turbines, but if you can't afford those things, do establish those things outside your home. If you can afford it, get an electric car. I know these are a fucking controversial thing. I do not like Elon Musk. His company, not Tesla, but his other company, I forgot what it's called, tests on animals. I think they don't anymore, but it's still bad. He apologized for it, and he has also tweeted things about PETA. He is, I don't want to say an anti-vegan, but he doesn't use his brain all that well, because he said to PETA, why is it okay for fish to eat other fish? Animals don't have morals. They are obligate carnivores. Are we obligate carnivores? Do we see any animal and pounce at it if we're hungry? Did you pounce at the last animal you ate? No, you're not an obligate carnivore. Do you see these? We don't even have canines. Even if I did, it would not justify me eating meat, because just because I have a dick, does that mean it's okay to rape a woman? Yeah, exactly. Just because I have a fist, does that mean it's okay to clench it and punch you? Like, what? I think I already mentioned, maybe I didn't. Recycle. This, I don't need to recycle. Single-use plastic, bro. We need to figure these things out. HDPE, and I forgot what the other one is. But if it has a triangle on it, that's not recyclable. It depends. If it says HDPE, it might be recyclable. But 2 out of 7 different types of plastic are recyclable. This includes like milk cartons, I believe yogurt, hummus tubs, drink bottles, cardboard, or no, that's not plastic. I'm trying to think of other examples. I will just look up the 2 types of recyclable plastic. I know the first one is HDPE. That is for milk cartons. So let's see. I was doing recycling all wrong. I bet you were. People don't research these things. PET is the plastic bottle, and then HDPE is milk jugs. There has to be other examples, because it's not just milk jugs and water bottles. There's other different kinds. But if it says HDPE or PET plastic, that's recyclable. You can recycle it. I bring my bottles. I don't buy them. I either pick them up outside, or sometimes, well, a lot of people here drink water bottles because they don't like the water in the sink. I just drink it because whatever. Like, very rarely I'll have an energy drink or something, and or a tea, and I'll take it to this place called K&B Redemption Center. They give you 5 cents, except if it's water, sports drinks, or tea. So it has to be like pop or alcohol, or I can't think of anything else. I take it regardless of whether I get the money. I care about the planet, and yeah. I also take my other bags of recycling, which include like cardboard, paper, my metal cans, plastic. I take it to this place called International Paper Company, and they recycle all of it. It's just like this open building, and you just walk in there and you dump your stuff there. It's all just like sitting on the ground, and sometimes there's someone there and they're like unloading it, and you have to wait a little bit. But rarely the person is there, like, in the operator. So this one is not really necessary, but it's something to consider. There's a place in Des Moines where I live called The Collective. It is by this lovely woman called Jamie. I just remembered her name. I talked to her like a couple times. I've been there a couple times. It's a little more expensive than normal household items, but most of the stuff in her shop is made from hemp, bamboo, recycled plastic. There's very little plastic in the shop. Hemp, bamboo, recycled plastic, recycled paper. She sells everything but food. So she'll have deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, makeup. I don't know about jewelry. There's no clothes. There's like skin oils, like essential oils, just different household items, and it's all like eco-friendly. She even says on her website that they offset their carbon emissions from shipping things. So yeah, start funding hemp and bamboo. These things are the solutions to plastic and paper. I truly believe that maybe not in my lifetime, but one day in the future, we're all gonna rely on hemp and bamboo. Hemp is like, it's all just like very sustainable, you know what I mean? Because bamboo regrows in 6 months. A tree takes 20 years to regrow, I believe. This next thing is plant trees, which I do on my phone. I have an app called Tree Card. If you have an Android, only Androids have this app. You plant a tree every 10,000 steps you take. You also get rewards because you get points. So if you get a certain amount of points, you can get like a discount on food or a discount on clothes, and all the brands it offers you are all sustainable. So like these clothing brands plant trees, or the food is all vegan, or you'll even offer like discounts on solar panels, discounts on a solar watch, a solar grill, super cool things. The next thing is your personal life, which, please do not get offended. Do not attack me. You can keep doing whatever you want. You can keep fucking up the ozone layer all you want. You don't even have to watch this video. This is just for your benefit, for your learning suggestions. Don't smoke and don't drink. Drinking is the number one. It's terrible for the environment. Messes up with the ecosystem. It's like, well, it's made in these big, like, I don't know much about it. I know it's made in these big metal things. I bet it releases, oh, yeah, the bubbling, the carbonating, it releases CO2, of course. I don't really like any carbonated beverages, if I'm being honest. They just make me feel bloated. I stopped drinking pop like 6 years ago. I had a huge addiction when I was a preteen, but I stopped, and I love it. Like, I mean, less fat to my body, you know what I mean? Less sugar, less high fructose corn syrup, but also less detriment to the planet. So if you drink pop, honestly, I would suggest getting a soda stream because of less waste, but that's up to you. Smoking, vaping, and cigarettes, terrible. Oh my god. Well, obviously for your own health. Same with alcohol. The vape, like, none of it's biodegradable. You got a metal tube. I used to vape. I'm a hypocrite. I did what other people did in school, and I thought it was cool. No, killing yourself is not cool. You do you, of course, but I do not like when I'm hanging around someone and they just constantly hit their vape, especially if they blow it near me. I can't even stand the smell anymore. I found out there's microplastics in it because it's a little plastic pod. That's obviously not biodegradable. You throw it away, throw your vape away if you lose it, or especially the disposables. Those are, you know, I think disposables are the stupidest thing ever, especially for THC. Not even just vaping. So with cigarettes, it's obvious. You have to light it. You have to use gas to light it. They biodegrade, but they biodegrade in 10 years. So if you do smoke, put that shit in your pocket. Stop littering the fucking earth. But yeah, and with THC, that's your choice. It's definitely not unhealthy. Well, there's a little discourse on that. Depends like where it's sourced from. CBD is definitely not unhealthy. It's definitely like has benefits. For me, weed is just like, I'm just gonna get tired and hungry, so I don't know if it even deals with my pain, honestly. I don't know how to measure that. But if you want to keep smoking, just at least stop buying disposables. They are stupid. This one is a lot harder to do. If you buy groceries, which a lot of people do, try to reduce your plastic consumption. So if you're getting what's called produce, if you get produce, instead of using those little bags that they have in the store, I I have like cotton bags that I use. You can find them anywhere online. Just look up cotton reusable bags. I use reusable bags for the groceries themselves, so anytime I go in the store, I try to remember to bring at least a couple bags with me. I have a bunch of them, but I don't even use them all, and I need to remember to bring them all in because, yeah, I hate when I have to get a sack and I'm like, I should have just grabbed my cotton bag. But yeah, it's like practically impossible to stop using plastic. We rely on oil currently, and that's but if you're going to try to stop using plastic, stop using the single-use plastic. At least buy the recyclable kind, HDPE, PET bottles. I have heard though that water bottles or any plastic bottles are not actually recycled, and they're either shipped to other countries or they're put in the landfills. I'm not sure, and I'm not entirely sure how true this is, but it makes sense because they say it's more expensive for recyclers to do that. It is confirmed though that they do recycle metal and cardboard, so continue to do that or start doing that. The place I go to is free. You just drop it off. I know some people don't care that much to like put in effort, but you can really do a lot once you like set your mind to it, especially if you have the energy. Yeah, that's basically it. Oh, one more thing. When you travel, electric car, whatever it is, if you're going to go on like across a long distance, it is more environmentally friendly to use a train instead of a plane. I've also heard that certain airlines are using pig lard as the gas they're using. That is disgusting to me, and yeah, apparently coal is better for the environment than gas. Oh, and this is the last thing. Trains over planes, okay, got it. Last thing, you don't have to compost. I think I already explained it. I didn't really explain what it was though. It's your food waste. You basically put it into a bin or something big, put it in with a bunch of dirt and lay down paper first, put the food scraps in, put the dirt in, mix it all around, and pour a little water in. You can use worms. You can do it without worms. I haven't successfully composted everything yet, but I think it's starting to get there. I think there are also composting centers depending on where you live. So I think there's one composting center here in Des Moines. I might try that out if it's legitimate. But other than that, that's everything I have. So you don't have to do everything. I'm not perfect. I drive a car that uses petroleum. My air conditioning is petroleum. I mean, we literally breathe out carbon dioxide, so, and we like crap out methane. I'm not saying that we can be perfect, but like the earth needs a little bit of CO2 anyways for our plants to consume. But if anyone ever tells you that, tell them that we don't need a crap load of CO2. We just need a little bit. So do whatever you can for the environment, you know what I'm saying? Oh, the last thing, plant trees. I already said that, plant trees. Plant anything. Start a garden. You know the deal. It takes the carbon dioxide out. Like, how do you think plants get their... Plants release oxygen because they breathe in carbon dioxide. We breathe in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. It is what it is. But we cannot breathe in carbon dioxide. It's kind of like with factory farming, or any method of killing animals, it's either electrocution or gas chambers. When you drink a Pepsi, when you open that Pepsi and you get a little like sniff of the air coming out, it's like, oh, it's a little sting. Yeah, they gas those animals so they can go unconscious. So if like we have so much CO2 in the world, we will not be able to breathe, we will pass out. So do what you can, honestly. And with planting trees, I forgot this. I also use Ecosia. It is a browser, search browser. It plants a tree every 50 searches. I use it instead of Google, and it's pretty similar to Google. There's no difference. So it's spelled Ecosia. I've planted like 36 trees so far. I've planted a few on my laptop. Let's see. Can I show? Yeah, okay, so this, yep, 5 trees. This is Ecosia, yep. It's free, like any browser is, so yeah. Do all of those things, or don't. You don't even have to watch this video. Literally just keep doing you, and as long as you don't hurt anyone else, I think you're fine.